But the likes of Dauda held on well in midfield. Afu did his best to cut through. Tried as they did. It just would not work. But they had a lot of opportunities in the game. Accra Lions sat back and opportunities, but they did not defend the game. Goalkeepers were called into not find the opportunities were created, but take advantage until Samartex made a change and brought on a Beneta Okro. He got himself involved in the game the more, and then the clearance was evident. But tried as they did, it was Samartex who fancied their chances.
This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own, let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again. This is our own, let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. This is our own, let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. I don't see a day what dog can want, and EJ can want, the dear Rishimwa. I say a day what dog can want, and EJ can want, the dear Rishimwa.
All right, over, and I'm sure those of you who may not have the luxury of monitoring all the centers, you're still asking what happened here, what happened there, who's won, who's relegated. Why don't we all find out? Why don't we all find out? Let's get the final results table in just a second, and then I'll get the reactions of my guests here and their predictions before the game. And obviously, unless... Okay, so what we'll do... Let's talk about the champions, because some of you are still asking what happened with Karela, what happened with not Legon Cities, Heart of Lions, and all the rest of it. So yeah, let's focus on the positives. And I think the news of the day should belong to Samartex. I don't see why we should deny them of this historic moment, and else has happened else, which some would quite disgraceful, but that is obviously out there for the take. Let's focus on the positives. Okay, Coach, congratulations to Samartex, well deserved.
Yeah, they've worked towards it. It's something they plan to do, and they're able to do it with a lot of determination, concentration, and perseverance. I congratulate their technical team, the playing body, and the management for becoming the champions for 2023-2024 Ghana Premiership. I hope that they'll be able to maintain the status, maintain the performance, and even win come next year.
No doubt about it. Nana, as expected. Now the party is going to begin, the real party.
To congratulate Samartex. They've done a good job, right? They won match day. Also by Prosper. Last minute, he had a call from Mencia. Then he had to stop all the negotiation between him and the Samartex Football Club to move to Kumasi. So the likes of Ivan Soseusu and some of the key players in the Samartex team was recommended by Prosper Neteogum to join Samartex. Then he moved to Kumasi. And later on, the Monarcha and the people contacted Amadou Nuruddin to take over. So let's give thanks to the likes of Amadou Nuruddin, Edmond Aka, for gaining a lot of experience right from being Greater Accra regional circles chairman, to become, management member for Asante Kotoko, gaining experience from that level to manage a team like Samartex. And they've gotten one of the best squad in the Ghana Premier League this particular season. You look at a player like Ebenezer Akwa, one of the best defenders we've seen this particular season. Afro at the left back position has been great this particular season. The goalkeeper from Richmond Bedu to Kofi Ban, they've been great in the course of the season. Someone like, Dauda Seydou has done a great job. Emmanuel Kayeke, Baba Hamadou Musa, one of the top scorers in Division 1 last season, coming to Samartex, continue with that kind of form. And of course, Ivan Sosé. So, right from day one thing that has worked for Samartex Football Club is consistency. And the way and manner Coach Amadou Nuruddin has maintained the same lineup in games upon games is one of their tricks that helped them this particular season in the Ghana Premier League. So, big thanks to Mesa Nsenchire and the leaders of Samartex Football Club for getting this achievement. 28 years of Samartex in Ghana football. Now they are Premier League champion. I think they've done a great job. A club after the winner 28 years and assistant in the Ghana Premier League. Massive achievement for people of Samurai Boy in the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, no doubt. And of course, we'll talk, and also we'll go back and join the coronation scenes, the presentations, and all the rest of it. I think that's what people want to watch. That's what people want to see. It's a historic day for them. It's a festival, but quickly as well, we can't confirm that Great Olympics have been relegated. The message is here is Olympics. They want to know, but that is what we know per the results of the matches we've seen. Bando Hearts of Lions have made it. Karela have made it. Olympics go down. Confirmation.
Yeah, confirmation. You look at the league table. Hearts of Lions 45 points. Hearts of Oak same as well. So Olympics on 44, even with the points accumulation, with the Ghana league table. Updated one from all the websites. Great Olympics, we can confirm by that Great Olympics have been relegated together with Bofo Akatano, and then
So Kotoko win by 3-0.
No, then the game is not over.
Yeah, because they delayed. There was a rain storm, so a few minutes of that game to go, but it looks like it's all done and dusted. 5 goals. Bichim United, Hearts of Oak. At a point, it was Bichim leading by 2-1. Hearts clawed back to equalize and then get the winning goal. The irony is that it was predicted to happen like that. Brecum Chelsea 2, Heart of Lions 2. Brecum Chelsea were leading by 2-0. So that equalizer via the penalty spot is what
deep into stoppage time.
Yeah, it was deep into. That is what has saved Heart of Lions. They remain in the Ghana Premier League. I've seen the messages. The big men are asking me to talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll do justice to it. So Dreams, Adriana also losing by 2-1, and then Great Olympics didn't kick a ball, but they got 3 points, 3 goals, but they're out of coverage area. Unfortunately, they've been relegated. That's the bad news for Great Olympics. Lagos Cities 1, Bibeni Gold Stars 1, and Midiama losing by that 1 goal to Karela. So Karela also stay in the division. In Swatraman 1, Nations FC 0, and Samartex. We saw that goal in that game, winning by 2-0. So congratulations to Samartex. They should get their headlines. They should get the plaudits, so that we don't, lose focus. We'll talk about the other results and the way it was and the rest of it. I've seen the messages. Good evening as well to my big man out there. So we will talk about it, Coach.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, we will talk about it. But let's congratulate someone. Yeah, go ahead.
Like you asked me earlier, if you look at the league table, the updated one that I have. Here at the bottom, you have Hearts of Lions 45 points, Hearts of Oak 45 points, Legon Cities 45 points, Great Olympics 44. So basically, it's Great Olympics, Bofo Akatano, and Real Tamale United.
Yeah, on the last
relegated from the Ghana Premier League. It's quite unfortunate. Last weekend you and I did the Gamashi Derby at Accra Sports Stadium, and after that game, you asked me a question. Looking at the permutations going into the final day of the season, how do I expect the permutations on the league table? And I told you, it will take something extraordinary for the league table, as it stood last week, to change. Because if you understand the Ghana Premier League, when you go into the last day of the season without your destiny in your own hands, then you are in trouble. And Great Olympics, they've got to beat Hearts of Oak last weekend, but Hearts of Oak themselves came, saw the warnings, and knew that they can't put their destiny into the hands of another team. They came out, played out a goalless tournament, which favored the Phobians. This afternoon, they went to Bichim. They did their part of the bargain. They won the game perfectly. Hearts of Lions needed a draw They went to Brekum, deep into stoppage time. They dug deep, they got the penalty, they scored. They got that draw. It helped them. Karela went to Mediema. People were like, on paper, Karela, this. I said, Mediema got beaten by Heart of Lions. That means that they are beatable. In the first half, it was a stalemate. In the second half, when it matters most, Karela stepped up and basically won. So, yeah, if you look at the distribution of teams across the league this season in terms of our regional locations, Volta region has Heart of Lions, Northern region RTU relegated, they still have Karela in the league. So, I think it's been tough for all these teams to battle relegation in the last 7 matches of the season. But we are here today. We've seen how the league has panned out to be. So I'm so sorry for Great Olympics. They'll go back to Zone 3A and they'll fight their way out back into the league.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, Coach, good evening to Mr. Mike Bonsu, Club Licensing. It's good for Samartex. I think for me, the headline of the Ghana Premier League this season is Samartex. They've been able to do, taking everybody by surprise. But Coach, there's a lot that needs to go into the Ghana Premier League. You know, there's a lot of work so that we take it to the level that we all be proud and you know, hit our chests.
But let me start by saying sorry to Vincent Osei of Great Olympics. I'm sad. I have some soft spot for Great Olympics. Unfortunately, they were relegated. They will come and
get the last word of the season by getting the last goal of the Ghana Premier League, even though they're relegated. Got the coming up there, but hold on, the match hasn't ended because it was rained. We thought it was rained off. There was a stoppage for about more than 10 minutes. So actually, Bofa have got a goal back, and it's 3-1 with a few minutes still to play. So that's the updates there. A lot of goals on the final day. How many goals in those posted on that? Still playing. To Asante Kotoko, but the match is ongoing.
So, like I was saying, I think you're saying that we need to, as a league, try to be a little bit more professional in to a certain level. Because, example, I mean, what kind of we should be able to envisage, to forecast, and know that a team like Tamale, Real Tamale United would be struggling, and then pushing them to be able to and then protect the image of this particular league.
Okay, so yeah, Coach Seydou talking there, but on the screen now is the celebrations, the coronation, and you know what you see on the screen. Millions of Ghanaians watching. Samra Boy, Samartex. They show the world and Ghana what they're made of, and it's about their culture. In Samarboy, they're celebrating. It started. Stoneboy will be in later venue, as I'm told. He's probably in and around there. And of course, this is for the kids to enjoy. They'll remember this for years to come when they first won the Ghana Premier League. As I said, today belongs to them, even though we need to talk about the other things around the Ghana Premier League. Nanedu.
It's their day. It's their day. The coronation game, looking at what they've done in the course of the season, they need to celebrate because it's not easy to be in the same league with a team like Asante Kotoko, House of Folk, Mediema, Dreams FC, looking at what they did in Africa this particular season. For the first time since 2004, seeing two Ghanaian clubs being in the Confederations group stage and, of course, Champions League group stage, to the extent of seeing a new team competing in the interclub competition, being in the semi-final stage of the Confederations Cup, to see them in the semi-final, the same league with Samartex, and Samartex topping the Ghana Premier League, with more than 5 points in winning the Premier League, tells you they've really worked hard for this particular number of points in the league. So let's give thanks to Samartex Football Club. Richard in Century, looking at the kind of investment he has done in the team, right from the stadium and of course to the playing body, how they are paid within the club. So they've done a great job in the course of the season. So they deserve to win the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, they do definitely, and we'll activate the phone lines a bit little later once we hear from the coaches at the various grounds, so that you can also have your say and congratulate your teams and whatever it is. I've seen As I said, I promise we'll talk about it, at the right time. Let's focus on the good news and let's not dampen it with, Samartex. Let's give them their enjoyment. But we can't ignore the fact that when you're watching the Ghana Premier League and you're in Europe, you're in China, you're in Asia, as a Ghanaian, I would want to see the best and best. There's no way that I'll sit here and Mejiji and so we need to talk about that. Maybe not now. Also, I'm sure these men, especially the vice president of the FA, will be the first to say that we have a lot of work to do. I'm happy for Samartex, happy for the teams that were escaped relegation, even if they did it by Kululu means, it doesn't matter. But we need to also be very firm that we need to do better. It's for all of us, because at the end of the year, it will affect all of us.
The standard of the league needs to be. I would say it's in my eyes. If the Ghana Premier League teams want to play among each other, it's very competitive. It's a tough league.
Let's see what's happening at Samra Boy. I mean, that's where the action is. I don't think you guys want to be watching us talking plenty, or is that good English? Talking too much, But yeah, we'll go to Samra Boy because I know that's what you want to see, the coronation. Yes, this is what we want to see. Thank you. We'll just talk behind it. Your friend is saying, I want to use the word for suspended.
This is a Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
Is it a helicopter or what?
Nana describe this in tree.
I want to
Nana
look at what is.
The ball, the trophy is flying.
The trophy, fly or Samra Boy, na IDBC. Maybe I say Samartex Football Club.
It will be such a helicopter and a drone.
That's what I'm asking.
A soon.
A drone.
Magic.
A drone. May I say no. But it's good to see big personalities there. I've seen Mr. Kosiedu, CEO of BBN Gold Stars. I've seen the vice president of the Football Association, Mr. Makado, also there. So it means big personalities. I've seen them. A lot of journalists from Accra moving to Samra Boy to support Samartex Football Club. I understand Samartex Football Club invited all the rest of the 17 clubs in the Ghana Premier League to come and support them, celebrate on the coronation day like this. And they invited a lot of personalities, the chiefs in, Samra Boy and stuff. So we're going to see something that we've not seen in Ghana football for a very long time in Samra Boy today. It's a very good thing that we're going to witness today on our television. And I think Samartex as a football club, Richard essentially has invested a lot in a day like this to make sure the coronation will be one of the best we've seen in recent times in Ghana football. So, keep thanks to them for what they've done and what they are doing there. And I'm sure the kind of thing they are doing there, the fans would like to see more as time goes on in the Ghana Premier League. So, let's give thanks to Samra Boy people and, of course, Samartex Football Club.
So I'm very interested in talking about the other side of it. We congratulate them, of course. But I want us to look at the investing in the brand image of the Ghana Premier League. For me, that is what will really sell our league. What does it take to invest in the brand and make it a better brand? What are we doing in terms of funding the team? So there is this political party in 2020, I think it is NDC, who said that in case they win, they would make sure that they pay all the players in the Premier League. I think this is a time for us as stakeholders in the ecosystem to start pushing for something like that to happen, so that teams like Real Tamale United will be having enough money,
so that the players will not.
They will be paid their,
right.
And then it protects the image of Ghana Premier League. For me, I'm really, really concerned about the image of Ghana Premier League. What happened is not something that should happen, and we should work to stop it.
Excellent. Yeah, that's rightly put, because you see, when the players are motivated, when the players they don't worry about money. They're going to play 100%. Boycotting a match because you've not been paid, this is exactly what Coach Seidu is saying. Make sure the players are taken care of. If you take out the players from the equation, there will be no football. So why don't you take care of the players first and make sure that their interests are satisfied, and then we have great football regardless. And now we've gotten to a stage where now there's permutations, and what happens today, we had no show. The last weekend, known as impersonation, but when the change comes, we'll be able to talk more about that. But Nana, players or more interest, do and perform their best.
And internet always, me said the club licenses need to be enforced in this country. Even some of the venue. I remember when the Black Stars met the current vice president, Dr. Mamadou Maomia in Kumasi, they told him, we need good stadiums, good pitches. Look at the kind of stadium they played against Mali in Bamako. We don't have such stadium in Ghana. We don't have electronic pitch panel in this country. Mali, Benin, they have it. Cote d'Ivoire, they have it. He went to Africa.
Did you say Mali and Bo?
Mali, they have it.
Yeah, they should. Why shouldn't
they have it?
Yeah.
So you saw the Amahoro Stadium in Rwanda.
Yeah, they should have it.
Brilliant, fantastic.
But you got, why should we be entitled if we don't work and plan towards it?
That is why I remember in the course of the week.
So we need to understand.
I remember in the course of the week, I said something on Sports Park.
Right.
We have 8 months from now to March
the next season
for us to play our next World Cup qualifier. As it stands now, we have 2 stadiums in Kumasi, 2 stadiums in Accra. We closed Accra Sports Stadium and Kumasi Sports Stadium. The government need to work on the stadium for at least so that they can hold a competitive game, a world-class game in both Accra and Kumasi. We have only one certified venue for Black Stars game. That is Kumasi.
That one is on condition.
Okay, so
it's not standard.
Let's come back home and let's go to Bichem, right? I think Bichem are ready to. The coaches are standing by. Hartlepool, by the way, won that 3-2. Let's hear from the coaches. Bichem's coach first. Remember, he said if he gets a draw, he will be happy, or that will be the worst. But let's hear from him first.
Coach Osei, is that the kind of performance you're expecting from your guys?
Yes, no. Today we didn't create much chances. The only 2 chances that we get, we score. But for the mistake of the centre backs, I told you before, because of the caution, 2 of the centre backs were not playing. So a little bit lapse, and then they score.
Some of the fans feel you didn't step up enough for this game, and you didn't give out support. Quality opposition.
As for the supporters, they only one win. If you don't win, they back against you. But as for that one, no problem.
But generally, are you impressed with how you guys finished on the table after match day 34?
Well, no, we wanted to come up a little, but it didn't work. But you can't do that.
You are in the top 4. Sometimes you are a mid-table team. What should the fans expect going into next season?
Well, to expect next season we are coming to a very contenders for the Ghana Premier League.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And a happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You won the game by 3-2. What do you have to say about the performance of your team?
Before I talk about the performance, I want to thank all the fans of us of folk who have believed in us, and we arrived at this position. The performance today, I tell them I don't need the ball position, I need the goals. But today you see 3 goals scoring by defenders. That's the things I need. I don't need the ball position, I need the 3 goals. I have it. I think it's okay.
But there was a point in the game when the fans felt like you should have scored more than 3. You get so many chances, they weren't able to convert the chances that come in their way.
Since we started the second round, this is our problem. We created the chances, we can't score. We miss all the chances, and the easy chances we miss it. But I think we are trying to do something for the next season. I think so.
How do you personally feel after Suffolk survived relegation?
To be frankly, I'm not so much happy because because that's the not Suffolk position. When we start the second round, after 3-4 matches, we have just 7 points between us and the first team. But today we are struggling to survive. I think it's very bad for us.
Do you think your opponents gave you a stiff opposition in today's game?
This position?
Your opponents, did they give you a very tough match today?
Yes, he played really tough match against us. You see, he scored 2 first goals. We're trying. It's not easy. He keep the ball. When we are running, we can't get the ball. Donc, I say the opponent is a good side. Today, he tried to do best than us. We will just
So Coach Ouattara is clear. Didn't want ball possession, just wanted the goals. When it was 2-1 to Bichim United, you should have seen what was happening on social media and some of the comments and feedback. People were like, no, it can't happen. Hearts of Oak will never go in relegation. That mentality. They got the equalizer, they got the third goal, but it was that some way.
Yeah, it's football. When these guys, they've got to play above themselves today in this game. This is a club that is more than 100 years. Stage have been put into your hands to take good care of. Because had Hearts of Oak gone today without winning, they would have been relegated. Yeah. So like the way the coach spoke, he said it right there. I don't need any beautiful possessive football. Just get me the goals, get me the win, and let's get our house out. Now, Hearts of Oak in the house cleaning, look at each other in the eyes, and then at the end of the day, they have experience. He's a nice person. He's a man of stature in terms of Ghanaian culture, heritage. He will do the right thing. He will put people under him at the right places. They will make the right decisions because Hearts of Oak this season, the last time they found themselves in such a situation was somewhere 2014. Very relegated from the league. I think they'll pick a clue from this. And I've always said this, and I know fans will never understand me, but I always stand by it. The decision to sack Samuel Boadu from this team has retrogressed the on-pitch results of the club because ever since he left, the club has never gotten better on the pitch.
How long was that ago?
That was like 3 seasons ago.
And you've not moved on?
It's not about moving on as an analyst. It's about looking at the results of the team.
Yeah,
with Samuel Boadu, they never got to this.
Which coach is bigger than the club? Anyway.
Samuel Boadu is not bigger. Ever since they let go of Samuel Boadu, the club has retrogressed on the pitch results.
All right. Anyway, that's an opinion. The phone lines later. Beautiful scenes there from Samarboy, and there you can see the trophy being presented, about to be presented, and of course Mark Addo, the Vice President of the Football Association. I cannot believe it. I mean, last season he was struggling with that Santiago. Was it last season or 2 seasons? Last season. This year he's the winner of the coveted Ghana Premier Trophy, and no doubt about it, they've worked hard for it. Home is your fortress, and you can see Edmond smiling. Now, come on, Edmond, we win the league.
Last 2 seasons, when Asante Kotoko won the Ghana Premier League, Emmanuel Kayeke was part of the Asante Kotoko team. This particular season is part of the Samartex team to win the Ghana Premier League again. So as a player, in the last 3 seasons, he has won the Premier League on 2 occasions. Massive achievement to Emmanuel Kayeke. One of the, in fact, the best player this season for me in the Ghana Premier League.
Your player of the season?
My player of the season.
Okay, you're sticking your neck out for that.
He has done a great job this particular. They have done a great particular. Usu is one of them. All these players contributed into their respective clubs. Razak Sinsimov in his Nations FC has done a great job this particular season. But I think Kayeke has been consistent from match day 1 to match day 34. And I think he's my player of the season. A good leader in the season going.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Talking about your player of the season, we've also got the goal king race, which Amankona. So we're back with scenes there from Samarboy. Okay, we've had some challenges with the connection, but when we do, we'll just let you in over there. They've done very well, and the teams that are coming back or coming into the Ghana Premier League is going to be very Young Apostles, Vision FC, and Basake. They would look at this and think, well, if it's been done of seasons, maybe they can also do it. It serves as a warning.
In the last 2 seasons, the Ghana come from that zone 2 of the Ghana Premier League. Last season was Mediama, who were in Western region.
Yep.
Last season is Samartex, the same team, the same region. So it's coming from the Western, and they are doing well in the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Coach.
And this means
also relegated to the
Yeah,
Right.
because
because we
Olympics
haven't
drops.
Great Olympics dropping back. Sorry, so very unfortunate. But I just want to say something about
That's the permutation.
yeah.
So Uncle T will go to Division 2.
Yes, and then Olympics.
Wow.
So it means a lot. It's very historic, you know. After long years, Uncle T is finally, yes, Division 2.
Well on them.
So I wanted to say something about what the coach Watara said. In terms of, I don't want possession, I just want goals. In modern football, there is nothing like that. I'm sorry. You
When you have
can
possession, you have an
agree.
advantage.
You can agree or disagree with me, but that's a fact. You need to possess the ball and take advantage of the space. There is nothing like that. It doesn't happen in modern
Na
football.
ball no unkita ball na
It doesn't happen.
Who
I'm
need controller?
sorry,
Who better control it?
He's a senior coach. I respect him, but sorry, I have a different opinion. It doesn't happen. And how do you play the ball? You need to possess the ball, take advantage of the spaces, take advantage of the passing line, get to the third. But you cannot be saying, I don't want possession, I want goals. How can you? Are you a magician? And that's
Players have done remarkably well. It'll be interesting to see how able to keep hold of them. A lot of Premier League clubs with the budget will, invade that camp. But mind you, Samartex themselves do have the budget. They've been motivate their boys throughout the to motivate them. It's not going to be easy to go and raid their camp. They will try to keep their players and those who go to, and they've got Africa to play.
Yeah, the extra motivation is the fact that the club will play in Africa. And as a player, why will you move locally when you have the biggest team on the African continent coming to you right there? This season, we've seen Dreams FC in the CAF Confederations Cup. Most of the players will get better deals.
Lucrative contracts.
Outside the country. So you just got to put your foot on the ground. Continuity is key. You beef up the team. You look at the strength and the weakness. Where you do that. But at the end of the day, you look at all these young players. These are memories that will stay for the rest of their lives. Basically, I'm happy for this young. He spends at Kerala United, managed to persuade him to join them at that particular point in time. He's my friend FC because I fought with his car. How he'll be able to get contact, but he chances for Kumasi. Season he had, that was when Kotoko had Fabio Gama, Mudasi, Panabila. After that, they didn't renew his contract. He has to look somewhere else. He went to Samartex. Last season he helped them. This season he was made the club captain.
Who would have thought someone who would have left Hartevok and then to a club and but that's how these are some of the positive stories from Samartex. It's not just about it's not just about winning all your home matches. Attitude to help you in that.
The right mindset.
The right mindset. Yeah, you see, one thing like I was saying earlier before you came in, with Samartex, they have a strict team rules. With Samartex players, when it is after 10 o'clock p.m., you can never go on social media. They take good care of the players and they make sure they have their players in their hand. And it's team unity. You deflate from. If you try breaking, you are out. And that is how maintains the supervision on the players, focus, direction, and purpose of the team has been. And if you look at these players, they understand where they are coming from, where they are, and what they want to do what they have done. And that this can only they can only punch above their weight in coming seasons. And I'm telling you, they aim high. If you look, if you listen to them, what they tell you, you could tell that the brains behind the club, they have the money financially. They'll look for other sponsors to come and augment whatever they have. but they know what they want, and this is not their level. They want something extra, like more than what they have achieved this season.
I like what you're saying, that they have the money, but I think I would prefer the word investment, better, because at the end of the day, it also has to come back. And in Africa, they will need a lot of investment, a lot of support and sponsorship. It can't be left on the head of one man to handle. Coach, greetings from Coach Sule Adamu, Home Stars, right? He's Home Stars FC.
Yeah.
In Ho,
we had a very
your coaching
good match
partner
with them. Yeah, at Ho, we lost the game 3-2, but it was a very good game.
And Police CID Chief Inspector Linda Kusi Ampofo of Nsawam as well. They're all watching. There are a lot of people watching today. The hierarchy of Asante Kotoko, Accra, Zavok, all the teams indeed are watching, and they want to know what happened elsewhere. And we've told you the results. We'll give you details. I said it stretched was because for a point it was almost rained off. Yeah, they had to pause the game suspended for a while, and then they continued. That's why it ended quite late. And the same with some technical challenges. That is why that match kicked off late, not because of any reasons. Because that match would have no consequences to the league table as far as relegation or the top is concerned. So I hope that has answered your question. So now, the confirmation.
Of the last goal of this season.
Yeah, the last laugh. And they still have one last dance in the MTN FA Cup. We come well as Roman counter we'll be looking up to. Midiama, they lost through a lone goal, there you go, to Kerala United. Almost as predicted. Kick a ball, 3 goals, 3 from Real Tamale United. Heart of Lions to win by came back to draw. To draw their in their status in the Ghana League. The details I said will come. Maybe today is not the right time because we want to focus on the winners. Let's get away from post, games. So, Nana, why are you doing? Are they?
Mr. Richard is in Trabaso.
Why not?
We need to protect people like that in our game. The kind of investment he has done in this Samartex team, lots of people have no idea about it. And Yembo Nabaso, so that we encourage people like that to invest in their money into this game. I remember somewhere in 2012, 2013, when we have Richard Reme, he invested a lot in Brekum Chelsea. When Nanaji Mambedu came to take over Indiana Stars Football Club, he has invested a lot. It got to a time, players prefer moving to Indiana Stars, Brekum Chelsea, much more than Asante Kotoko and House of Folk. It's because of the kind of competition they've created in that team, the kind of motivation they give to those players, the amount of salary they give to those players. Players were receiving cars when they joined those teams. He has done almost the same to Samartex. Reports coming in is the best player of the season is likely to receive a car, a brand new car in Samartex. It tells you the man is investing a lot. Let's protect him. Let's support him. We shouldn't discourage a personality like this so that he'll move from our football. He has done a great job this particular season for Samartex. I'm sure he's going to continue with what he's doing within the club because he's always motivated to invest a lot in the team. Now they'll be going to Africa. They will go into the Taklap to Champions League. That is where you need to invest a lot to get the result that you are looking for. So let's protect someone like Richard Nsenche with the kind of work he has done this particular season for Samartex.
I'm very concerned about what Nana is saying right now because I know the terrain that we are in. Now, how do we protect a man like this? Are we just going to be giving him points? Are we going to be giving him discount? We need to draw the line and be straightforward on the kind of protection we need to have for him. Otherwise, it will end up, if you don't take time next season, you start seeing him winning matches that he's not supposed to win because we want to protect him. And that should not be the case.
But that has been the formula, which the politically correct would not want you and I to discuss. But we will talk about it because, of course, we have to be incorrect sometimes to be correct.
Yeah, we need to protect him, but we need to
do the right thing.
Yes, we need to know how to protect him. For instance, are we giving him, as a government, are we giving him some discount or tax relief or something else? But when it comes to the field, there is nothing like protecting. This is going to be fair game.
I'm sure he means you're not talking about protecting him within the football family, but the football ecosystem.
Yes. So
let's say, for example, what he's saying, when it comes to power, whatever it is, okay, Ghana Premier League winner will give you $1 million or 1 million Ghana cedis to help you in Africa, which, put politics aside, various ministries, tourism, because you're going to represent Ghana. So tourism would also give you 250,000. You get where I'm coming from.
That is why I was not happy about when the vice president of the nation gave the Black Stars team 500,000 Ghana cedi. I think the Black Stars team has gotten enough.
There's never enough. We would always want more.
When we have money like this, we should invest in our local league. That is one. It's very important. Yeah. You don't give 500,000 Ghana cedi to the Black Stars, in which the 18 teams in the Ghana Premier League, you've not invested anything on them.
But it's his money. He decided to give it to the Black Stars.
It's a personal money. I agree. But personally, I think, if you want to invest something in our game, it should rather be on our local games. Either the Premier League or I was disappointed in the sports minister, team sitting there, the ministry. Personally, I disagree with him. So we need to invest a lot in our local game, in our local team, Premier League and Division 1. That is what will make our league very strong. The likes of Kudus, Mohamed Thomas Partey came from our local league,
right?
Before they moved to the Black Stars. So absolutely,
invest there.
That is the most important thing.
Yeah, well, he's raised a very critical point. For me, it's a serious misplaced priority. Real Tamale United are not able to pay their players to come and continue.
Absolutely.
They need the 500.
Yes.
Not the Black Stars. I think it's a misplaced priority and we should be careful about things like that.
And guys, we'll go back. Let's keep this on the screen. We'll go back and look at the teams that have been promoted and do a balancing act here. Real Tamale United, you could say, are qualified to be called a traditional club. They come from a very strong background. Both for Kwatano, same. Great Olympics.
Same.
But they've run themselves out of relegation through some of their own inconsistencies, one, through some of their own incompetencies, two, and through others that are totally beyond them.
Yeah, I would like to talk about this, and on the both into this club, they inflicted this upon themselves when they came back into the league. At a point in time, I think after first 4-5 matches, they were on top of the league table. Then their fans started misbehaving to a point that they even heckled some of our crew and said they don't want us to come and cover their games anymore. Then they got banned by the disciplinary committee of the FA. They've got to play some of their matches away from home. Ever since they were charged with misconduct, they never recovered. And these are some of the huge ramifications or punishments you pay for such characters. And teams in the Ghana Premier League should pick a clip from this and learn from this. Because the year Heart of Lions got relegated from the league, they also found themselves in the same fate. Last season, Aduana Stars got banned from their home. And that was the reason why they lost the league to Mediama. Because they were on top of the league for a bigger chunk of the season. So teams need to take a clip from this. Educate your fans. To be tolerant enough, you can't always play.
You were also banned for some matches at home because their fans misbehaved.
Because the fans misbehaved. You understand? And with Great Olympics, it is because they didn't play bigger chunk of their matches at Accra Sports Stadium this season. They were playing in Kumasi, they were playing in Sogakope.
So that is where the management, the planning,
and execution
and support.
In the local league.
Right.
Yeah. 16 clean sheets. They do. 16 clean sheets.
But you've gone on relegation. Yeah. There's something wrong.
Look at Bofakotano. They have a great goalkeeper. I understand him here. Saka Dauda is likely to move to Asante Kotoko after the season. So they have good players in their team.
Don't Kotoko have enough good goalkeepers already?
Out of the 2 of them will leave the club.
Right. That's a good update.
But if you look at these 3 teams, traditionally they have core root into the communities. Great Olympics Accra Bofakwa in their part of the western region.
The Bono
very strong, backed by some
the Bono region, and yes, they've got
you look at
strong
Real
following.
Tamale United. Unless you don't know anything about Ghana football, Real Tamale United has rooted core into the Ghanaian footballing folklore. So I think these three clubs will pick a clue from this. But for Vision FC, Basake, and then the third club is
Apostles.
You've got to start the season well, because it is proven in the Ghana Premier League that when you don't start the season well and play very strong, on record, it is in the last 5 or 6 seasons, it is 18th. That is at the bottom of the league,
Before
right?
Before
the first round ended, and they were able to survive relegation. So that tells you that Heart of Lions and Pando, they have this kind of beautiful marriage between them. And I'm telling you, had it not been that they've managed to patch the Pando pack to go back there, the team would not have escaped relegation, because ever since they moved to Pando, they've only drew one match. They've won the rest of the matches. And I will sit here and say, with the Heart of Lions model, you can mark it in the studios of Star Times. Heart of Lions will never find themselves next season in the kind of situation they found themselves this season. You remember the coronation, when we went to Pando, when you interviewed First Car, he told you that
it's a process, right?
He said not under his leadership will Heart of Lions be relegated from the Ghana Premier League.
It was a close one.
It was he duly delivered. If you go back to the tapes of the coronation, it's there on record. He said it, and he has duly delivered. And I'm telling you, back to the Pando Park, this team will never find that for a fact.
Yeah, but you can't say that for a fact, because Hearts of Oak said so last season. Hearts of Oak is the bigger club. I mean, I get what you're saying with your emotions and your passion, but you can never tell when it comes to football.
It's backed with the results ever since the club moved there. I'm not just saying
yes,
out of
and
emotion.
I'm also saying
the
that
result speaks volume.
And I'm also
out
saying
of 8
that
matches at Pando Park,
last
7 wins.
Yes, and I'm also saying that last season when Hearts escaped, that they said they are never ever going to get involved in that. They've just escaped in the last minute.
That is why where Hearts of Oak find themselves now is a big wake-up call for the current board members.
Yeah, and they had
because
a fantastic
under
board.
your leadership, you were close to going to relegation. So if you are Kenasibe, if you are Ivy Mills, if you are Toby Afede,
you don't want them
it's
again.
a wake-up call for you.
Right.
That is why I'm one of the people I think there need to be a major shake-up on the board members. Some of them need to go out and bring back the old board members who made sure House of Oak came back to their glory days.
Okay, let me hold you there. Before you come in, what is it that the old what's the word to use? What we 5, 10, 15 years, what is it that can be brought back that would help Hearts that they're not doing? No, I'm being serious. No, because I'm asking myself. We've heard Harry Zappo is not time. What is it that Togbe has done everything? Oh no, did he see him? Why Mamo
I was about to allow you to land. Then let me give you 30 seconds. I have personally gone to Pobiman. If you go around this House of Oak team, in terms of what the management is supposed to do, they have fulfilled their part of the bargain. They put you on salary. They pay you frequently. They don't owe you. They pay. They've back in the league when to us. It came to. It's a high time. We should look at and say, hey, everything. It is the players that are letting the club down. Much for crying out loud, management cannot go onto the days and play to the start of the games. And I come and I don't know what to say. The moment I walk out of this door, I am not coming back into the studios of Star Times. That bring me here, but it is up to me to analyze the games and give them whatever they want to listen. Delivering.
So
it is pathetic. It's bad.
Does Ouattara tear everything up, coach? Does he say, Charlie, I need to go back to basics?
To me, if the camera can watch me, if the camera, see, Ouattara should tear it up like this. He should tear into the playing body. He should tear it up. See, look at Heart of Oak. Look at Heart of Oak. Nana Edu. They just need to retain. I want to learn. They just need to retain maximum 12 to 15 players out of the current team. The rest need to be flashed out the window, and the new recruitment has to be top notch.
You can actually write your proposal and maybe give it to Coach Watara, and he may consider. But yes, it's all a
You were in the stadium with you last weekend.
Yes.
What happened between Harry Zakor and Odote?
It wasn't the best.
It tells you
There's
the
something
past management
Right.
has issue with the current management. It's a simple thing. What happened between Harry Zakor and Odote Soa? It means there's issue between the past management, past board members, and the current one. It looks like Mr. Odote, Alaji Akambi, Nyawo Tamakla is too attached to Tobe Afede. They are not open to issues around the club to other board members.
But Togbe trusts them.
I understand, but sometimes, a situation like this means some of these past management and board members amber together to help the team out. Maybe the two will be in relegation. So sometimes, should not kind of question down for and turn down for no
So
some of these members are not helping matters.
Hearts of
The kind of supporters in that are not comfortable with some of these board members.
Okay, guys, our time is almost up. Match week 34 almost done. Sorry, not almost done. We're done. This is the historic final day. You know what that got Great Olympics relegated in what was a fascinating game. I'm sure from now to the whole week we're going to be talking about the goals and what happened, what did not happen, and Sempi, the punishment for RTU, and confessions and Sempi. But by God's grace, the league has come to an end, and obviously we can always do better. That's one thing. We can always do better in the studio, coverage, everything, commentary. Your positive criticism, suggestions and ideas, and we'll take it on board, and definitely. So the final day standings, the historic final day standings, 61 points, 10 points clear of their two closest rivals. But you look at very tight. That's how competitive we were. Samartex, beyond dreams, position is interesting, and of course we will see the three bottoms that have been relegated. Let's take a look at position number 10 going. Bichim, BBNE, Karela, Legon Cities, Heart of Oak, Heart of Lions. They just made it. The big clubs, traditional clubs. Isn't it interesting? All these traditional clubs with such following, big men, you know, the politicians and the, you know, statesmen and women couldn't save Great Olympics, but for Kwatano or Real Tamale United. Maybe they'll be back next season, I don't know. But gentlemen, yeah, time is so 10 seconds each, even though our time is up.
Now, when you get 45 points on 18-man league, it means you didn't even win half of the games in the course of the season.
Well, I say congratulations to Pando Hearts of Lions for escaping relegation, and I know the club is in good hand. They should beef up in terms of team unity, and then they will come back next season stronger.
Okay, so yeah, I just want to say that the newly promoted teams from Division 1-3, 2 or one of them will be relegated. Please take note of this. Now,
okay. Yeah, time on. So thank you very much, Coach. Thank you, Danedu, and thank you, Francis Blackgate. Thank you guys as well for joining us. Another time somewhere. Bye for now.